Hello all, welcome to this second video on dictionaries. So as I had told you, there's only small part left in the dictionaries topic. So next topic is about how file handling is done with dictionaries. So here they have taken an example where we can take or we have to find out the occurrence of a word, that is all the set of words in a file. So they have taken some random set of words here. So if you see here, the file consists of some random words: but, soft, what, light, through, yonder, window, brick. So here we need to write a program. This is basically a dictionary. So we need to fetch these words from the file using the dictionary, and we have to count the occurrence of each word here. So if you just look into it, but is just occurring only once. Soft is occurring, I think, only once. What, I think it is occurring only once. So is there any word which is occurring more than once? I think each word is occurring more than once. So we'll see how the program is looping across. So first is we have tried to input the file name. So instead of specifying here, we have taken it as an input from the user, and within the try block here we have tried to open that name of that file name and saved it as file hand. So if that file is not existing, or you're trying to open some file which is not there, so you have given it under the except block. And then you have created we have created an empty dictionary. So I told you in the previous video only that we use the method or the function dict, which basically creates an empty dictionary, and we have initialized it to counts here. And so for each word within your f hand, we are using the for loop, and we are trying to split it. So when in the very previously only we have come across this function called split. So if you are not specifying anything within your split function, then it takes your space as a split delimiter. So if you want to, then you can specify your delimiter. If you're not specifying the delimiter, then the space will basically be considered. So that is what we are doing here in this particular program. We are not considering any punctuations or any special characters. So we'll see in the next program how, even with any special characters also, how we can perform this action. And next, once you have split all these words, you are again looping across this, and then you are trying to find whether that word is already found or not. So if that word is, if you are encountering it at the first time, then you are giving it the value 1, or if it is more than once, you are just trying to increment the value, and finally you are printing that counts here. So that is a simple way we are following here. And here if you execute this, maybe in your system you may get a different order here. So this is like an unsorted hash order. You should not worry about the order here. Only thing which you need to worry here is about the occurrence. So it is giving us the occurrence accurately is what we need here. So as I told you, if you see here, is this basically occurring 3 times here. So basically occurrence of all the words is being found out using this program. I'll execute, and I'll show you also in the video. Now, looping is the concept of looping in dictionary. So, within a dictionary, you can use a for loop or for statement, and which will traverse across the keys of your dictionary. So, here they have taken a dictionary which is named as counts, and there are around 3 keys and 3 values which are specified. So, when you're trying to loop across the dictionary called counts, you can loop across it, and you can also try to print the key as well as the value. So for key in count, so counts is nothing but the dictionary name. So we, if you try to print just the key, means it will print that key, and if you want the value, it is like the indexing. So counts of key will give you basically the value. So that is what the output is looking like here. So that is how we can use the concept of looping in dictionaries. And then say if there was a problem wherein we had to find within a dictionary, you wanted to find out the values which were above some particular value. Say you wanted to find out the values which are say above 10, above 100, or any particular value. So how would the code look like? Again, a dictionary called counts is being initialized here. For key in the counts, if we are checking if that counts of key is greater than 10, and see here, it is not about finding the key, we have to find the value here. So we are taking it as counts of key. If it is greater than 10, you are printing both that key as well as the value here. And the same way, instead of finding the values greater than 10, if you want any other value, in the same way you can replace this by any other value. So here basically we are trying to compare or trying to find the value. I'm not talking about the key here. And this should be your output. Since we have two values which are greater than 10, 42 and 100, you will be getting Jan and Annie as your output here. And in the same way, this is another program which is to print the keys in the alphabetical order. So first we are taking a dictionary here, and then we are preparing a list out of the keys of the dictionary. So whatever these are available in our dictionary object, and then you are sorting that list, and then you will loop across that list. So here understand, there's a dictionary, you will be creating a list out of your dictionary. So the same example they have taken counts as the dictionary here, and you have created list, which is nothing but the list of your count. So here only the keys are basically being taken, because we need to print only the keys in the alphabetical order. So list of counts dot keys is being taken, and then print is given. So print will print you all the keys in an unsorted order, and after that you are applying the sort function on LST. So obviously it just sorts all your key in the alphabetical order, and if you try to print it, then you will see that the keys are basically sorted here. So we are not considering any value of the key, only our objective is to sort our keys in the alphabetical order. So this was about the sorting. And the next is advanced text parsing. So in advanced text parsing, even though our file, if the data within the file, if they have, I told you, any punctuation, or maybe sometimes when we have two words is only, if is in uppercase in one line, and in the other line it is in the lower case, or a mixture of uppercase and lower case, even that if you want to eliminate and consider it to be the same, then we can make use of these string methods what we have already come across. So we'll look into what this advanced text parsing does. So here they have taken that same file which we were looking into. So this is that I'll execute and I'll show you. So first, before that, we'll see how this translate function is working. So you're applying your translate function. So here, translate function where you specify your from string, and then your to string, and which is that the delete string. So here your from and to string, you can specify it safely to be your empty string, and if necessary you can write that delete string, or it can also be omitted. But the translate function has basically these three parameters. Just with this video I'm sending you the execution part of all these programs which I discussed now. So still the module 3 is not yet completed. There are tuples and regular expression. Just immediately, even those videos will be following. Please go through all these. Thank you.